Well, in other news, another rumor of war. Iran admits to launching a barrage of missiles yesterday that landed near the U.S. Consulate in northern Iraq. The lack of response from the Biden administration is raising concerns over how much the president will tolerate to seal the nuclear deal. Chris Mitchell brings us the story.
Iran state television claimed the missile strike targeted 2 Israeli spy centers in retaliation for an Israeli airstrike in Syria that killed 2 Iranians. Once again, we warn the criminal Zionist regime that repeating any evil acts will be followed by harsh, decisive, and destructive responses. No injuries were reported in Sunday's attack, but the Iraqi government condemned the incident as a violation of international law and norms. Despite Iran's declaration, the attack represents an escalation in U.S. Iranian tensions.
The Iranians are striking against the United States over and over again with zero reaction from the Biden administration.
But former State Department official Eli Cohenim says the absence of a U.S. reaction seems to be related to nuclear talks in Vienna.
What I am deducing from this pattern from the Biden administration is almost a cover-up for the Iranian regime's actions, because they are so dead set on re-entering the JCPOA 2015 Iran deal.
The Wall Street Journal reports the U.S. won't agree to exempt Russia from Ukraine-related sanctions in order to save the deal. The revived deal would relieve sanctions against Iran, giving them billions of dollars that experts say could be funneled to terror groups. 3 years from now, it would remove restrictions, which would allow Iran to become a threshold nuclear state.
It will have enough enriched uranium to create dozens and dozens of nuclear bombs, and it will have the ICBMs to deliver them to any place in the United States. That is unbelievable. It's not merely unacceptable. It endangers not only my country, Israel, but your country, the United States, and the entire world.
One thing that history has shown us is that when genocidal dictators like Adolf Hitler, like the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, when they say that they want to commit genocide against the Jews, we need to believe them.
This week, Israelis and Jews around the world will celebrate the holiday of Purim from the Book of Esther. It tells the story of a wicked advisor to the Persian king who plotted to kill all the Jewish people. But instead, the plot was overturned and the Jewish people saved.
As an Iranian Jew, the story of Purim is a dear one to my heart. And there are many organizations that are encouraging Americans to contact their members of Congress against the Iran deal. And so all of the Esthers out there, please do what you can.
Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
When Iranian leaders say we want to wipe Israel off the map, I believe them. I really believe they want to do that. They've been saying it for decades, that we're the great Satan and Israel is the little Satan. And so when they've gotten finished with wiping Israel off the map, I know their next target. It may not be the next target, it may be simultaneous targets. If we allow them to get nuclear weapons, it completely rearranges the map in the Middle East. They're no longer contained, but they will become the big bully on the block. And if you don't go with our way, we're going to nuke you. We've seen it. Look back in history. They tried to take Iraq back in the 1980s as one of the bloodiest wars in the past 50 years. And they sent young teenagers through minefields in order to blow up the mines. This is unimaginable that they would do that to their own people. Imagine what they would do to Israel if they create a land bridge from Iran to Israel. They will absolutely invade, and they have genocide on their minds. Why negotiate with them at all? Why accept them into the international community at all? It makes no sense to me. This thing needs to get shut down and shut down quickly. The world needs to tell them point blank, don't ever develop a nuclear weapon. If you do, it's game over for you.